morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I see you, Catherine. I see you, Miss Virginia. Who else? Who else? Peggy Bundy. I see you. I hope you all are doing well today. Come on, drive with me. I'm heading to the I'm heading to the job. Let me see who's here. What's up, Dre Day? What's up, 305 Perfume Fest? Oh my. Trust God. My. Trust God. Look at your neighbor and say, my. Trust God. My. Trust God. Let me take a swig of coffee. So first I saw Mother, Mother, aka Tracy Lane, last night. He was actually on Rihanna's panel. And I think he gave Rihanna and the panel the right answer concerning King Roman news because people always trying to start up something. And I know Bubba knew what was going on, even with the question of, about them and how he handles them and all of that. It is what it is. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't see what King Roman actually said, but whatever, I thought that he handled that well. The Enrico situation. Yes, I did, Dory. I'll be getting in contact. It's been very busy this December, but I'm going to get in contact with you, Dory. I am. So then he started talking about Sir King. Sir King was last, but I'm going to save Rico for last. But he started talking about Sir King. First of all, I did not know that Sir King was disclosing like that. So according to Marfa, Sir King said he was reading somebody because they said he gained weight. And then Mother said that he was in the bathroom and I guess somebody was peeing. It was really weird. It was really weird. And yeah, it's a lot of weird things going on in this YouTube beef sector with these straight men. Very, very interested. So I see you, Dory. So it's been very interesting with these men, with these men giggling and kikiing on the phone, gossiping, blushing, trying to be in the presence of other men. You just view things and it's like that's quite weird, quite odd, quite peculiar. So, what's up, CDP? Now, like I said, I don't know nothing about CPAP. I don't really look at CPAP like that. But maybe they said CPAP said he could go read somebody because they said he got fat. And she's in the bathroom listening to people pee, I guess. I don't know. It was just weird to me. And it was seeming like they were getting very titillated, very excited. It was like, and when I was in the chat and I was putting, I'm nervous and I'm trembling. You said you'd be gentle. Baby, it was giving me Betty Wright the first time. Okay, I was rolling. So I didn't know all of that was going on with CPAP. I didn't know that was going on. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was laughing. That thing was funny to me. And the Philip boy was saying that, he has some straight friends. And, you know, they don't be talking about reading nobody down and all of that. So I thought, hey, Demons, oh, he said he left in horror. Now, no, it seemed like he was excited. It seemed like it was a new thrill and adventure for him. Whatever, whatever. Okay, whatever, whatever, whatever. Anyway, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I was rolling. And then we get to Rico. Rico, I understand why people don't really like you. I really understand it. You really want to root for Rico, but Rico is his own worst enemy, and Rico is a friend to no one because Rico is not even a friend to himself. And instead of him sitting back and chilling, he always want to attack people. And the sad part about it is, Rico, you think that Philip Boy and these other gays are better than you. We don't think it, you think it. In your actions, in your word, in your deeds. And you know what? Philip Boy did exactly what's going to get you in trouble. You're always trying to prove something to somebody. Oh, you said you had the dog. Now here you going to show the dog. And now, guess what? You are walking on eggshells. Every time you come on camera, people going to be listening for that dog and seeing what's going on. Demon, oh, he's a trifling gay. He's a trifling gay. And this is the kind of gay that will flip on you. This kind of gay. I'm sorry. I feel nothing for him either. I don't give a damn how much he cry. I don't care about sparkles. I don't care about. I don't give a damn because he's a trifling hoe. And people don't even talk about him. And here he come popping up because he wants attention, and that's what he wants. And let me say this, Rico. It's not a flex because you on food stamps. It's not a flex because you make that HIV a crutch, and you did it last night, and it just told it all. Rico don't want to do no hard work. Rico don't want to be a man and work. Rico wanted easy. Rico was climbing in and out of windows because he didn't have no key in Maryland. Rico was about to burn the house down because he was smoking all them cigarettes down there at the apartment, talking about global warming. Maybe you can't make this shit up, okay? Now, Rico, enablers, instead of him telling him, Rico, go back to school, learn a trade, do something. No, 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 no. They're going to say, Rico, go to New York because people with your condition can get a lot of help. So what does Rico do? Load up the truck or the garbage bag and go to New York. While King Roman is paying for his storage. Okay? Now, Rico uses his status to get those benefits because Rico don't want to work. And Rico thinks that being on food stamps, living off of government assistance that the taxpayers are paying for is a flex. That's not a flex, Rico. You are a charity case. That's not a flex. That's not a flex. And the sad part about it is that now that man who's in office don't give a damn if you have HVP, HTC, TCB, or HIV. He don't give a damn. He said if you are able-bodied between the ages of 18 and 65, your ass can work. And it's not a Democrat thing to do. Don't. But I'm a Democrat, bitch. I'm a Democrat. So get off of that Republican Democrat shit. That ain't. I'm a Democrat, and I go to work every day, ho. So shut your trap. That's a lazy ass thing. Because it's not a flex. It's not a flex. And this is the thing, Rico. While you are in the situation that you're in, and now that your loans have been forgiven, bitch, I'm getting ready to block you. Now shut the fuck up or get the hell out of my room. We're not dealing with that today. So I don't know who the hell you are, but I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to get your shit together because I'm getting ready to block you. You know what? I won't tolerate it this season. I will not tolerate it this season. I will not tolerate this season. So, anyway, it's no flex, Rico, that you're on food stamps. It's no flex that you are being taken care of by the state of New York because you was too lazy to work in Maryland. Now, my thing is this. You were doing good if you were really getting the help for your mental health because you do have mental health issues. You are off. Your thinking, your logic is wrong. Because living off the government only restricts you to a certain amount of income. That's the bottom line. And what you're saying is, I'd rather get this. I'd rather be robbing Peter to pay Paul to get a little food to let somebody tell me where I can live. What's up, Trey Jurlane? Tell me where I can live, then determine my own destination. So last night, then, because you have your malady and you're using that so you can go to New York to get free stuff, it's not a flex. It's not a flex at all. Public assistance and food stamps ain't a flex. And my thing is, you should be using that shit to bring yourself up. You know, while you're on food stamps and that, you can go to college free. You should be going to LaGuardia Community or Queens or somewhere, or going to some of those places where they offer trades like HVAC or something like that. Because it's not all about college. Some people really do need to do a trade. See, that's what gets me. You have opportunity to change your trajectory, and you don't. You have the opportunity to do something different, but you stay in that place where people can hold and control you. And then you get mad when people invest in themselves and do better, and then you look at that, well, why ain't that me? Why? Because let me tell you something, nothing good comes easy. You know, it's funny. People say, oh, this house and all of that. No, I work. And nobody ain't give me shit. So I don't have any empathy or sympathy. You're too old. Same old shit. And then you want to comfort people. But you ain't doing that. And then you want to use them food stamps and how you, like, you're so smart that you went to Maryland to go to New York to get on the system, and you think that's a flex. That's not a flex. All it takes is another government shutdown, and you'll be shut down. Boo, that's not a flex. And it's not anybody thinking that they're better than anybody. It's like, do you think that you're worth it? Because I don't even think that you think that you're worth it. And then you had the nerve to say that somebody was talking about your HIV status. Nobody don't give a damn about that. You do, because it's your excuse. It's your crutch. It's what you fall on. But I'm just sorry, you got a president now who don't give a damn about that. He said if you able-bodied, get your ass up and work. So all I'm saying, Rico, is you have a golden opportunity. People who are in your predicament can go to school free or near free. There are jobs who get tax benefits and credit from people who are on public assistance. But see, this is the thing, Rico. You're afraid to get off of that. You know why you're afraid to get off of that? Because you don't believe in you. See, you like to tear the people down who believe in themselves, but you don't believe in you. And see, that's the whole thing right there. See, because if you get that education and if you get something in your head, then you don't have that faith in that of government assistance anymore. And you're scared of that. You're afraid of that. So you'd rather be on the government's dime, being like you are at this particular point, because you're afraid that that'll be kicked from under you. And that's the bottom line. Afraid to move forward. Afraid to really improve your life because getting a trade and making some money means that now you're responsible for you and the government is not going to back you. And so you're afraid that you're not going to be successful because somebody done told you you wouldn't shit. Somebody told you in your life that you weren't worth shit and you believed it. And so now this is what you do because it's safe. It's safe to get government assistance. It's safe because at least I know this little change they throw me is going to come in monthly. At least I know this voucher is going to work for me so I can live here because it's safety. That's all it is. Because you're afraid to do for you. That's the bottom line. So, like I said, you may not like Marva. Let me say this too, and this is not me going up for Marva, but people don't understand. You just don't go get a house, okay? Baby, there are stipulations. And I just listen to y'all, and y'all just go with these narratives, but it's a damn shame. Yeah, housing and everything is changing in this new administration. So, he needs to be focused on his situation. And the only reason, I'm gonna tell it today. I don't care if you hate me. I don't give a damn. You can sit up there and beat the dog, sit there and cuss and spit. I don't give a damn. Rico needs to get that crazy check. Because Rico don't want to work. Rico is lazy as hell. Now, Rico can work. See, it's a difference between I can work and I want to work. See, that hoe don't want to work. That hoe wants somebody to take care of her. See, that hoe don't want to work. She can work. She don't want to work. That's the key. She can work. That hoe don't want to work. So that hoe want to get a crazy check now. So that's why she talking about some. She checking in at Bellevue at the damn mental hospital because at the end of the day, she trying to collect another check. She's trying to collect a crazy check along with her other check. Boo, you ain't slick. Boo, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. You are trying. You don't want to go to work. So if you get that mental disability, you're gonna get that little check, and then for your status, you're gonna get that check because you don't want to work. And see, Donald Trump now is saying that if you're able-bodied, whether you got CBT, HIV, LMNOP, your ass is working. So now you're trying to be deemed you can't work because you got mental issues. Knowing Donald Trump, he'll say take some damn medicine and go to work. Because, see, that's the type of person he is. But we know you're trying to collect that crazy check. No, he don't have funds to feed himself, much less a dog. And see, this is why I know Rico is really messed up, y'all. This is why I really know he messed up. Because when that dog was taken away, he said that he ain't had nobody to talk to, and that it was like that dog was his best friend. And it said a lot. Oh, it said a lot to me. See, that ping can't keep you no friend. And I can't even say that ping, that ass or whatever you got. See, it's more than that. Can you have a conversation? Are you improving yourself? Nobody don't want to be hanging with nobody who ain't trying to improve themselves and trying to grow and increase. Nobody ain't trying to have no dead weight. I mean, I asked you, what do you bring to a relationship? And all you could say was throw. And you meant that shit. You said throw. I'm like, oh my God. I was looking for, I'm intelligent, I'm a nice person. No, what do I get? I get throw. What's good about, what do you bring to a relationship, throw? Oh, okay. Let me see what y'all said. And my thing is this, I don't hate you. I really don't have anything against you. But I understand why people don't deal with you. I understand why people don't deal with you. Because you're a bunch of confusion, a bunch of drama, and anybody who helps you wound up regretting it in the end. I'll never forget when me and my husband tried to leave Rico that program here in Tampa where he wouldn't have to worry about rent for 6 months, but he got to work. He got to work. No, because he don't want to he don't want to work, baby. All he want to do is mash up music. He don't want to work. And let me say this. You can sit here and cuss me out and do everything you want to do. That is not changing your current situation. Because at the end of it, baby, what's up, this Sassy Show? I'm going to a career. Not a job, but a career. At the end of the day, that's what I'm getting ready to do. And, yeah. So last I checked, Bubba wasn't asking nobody for no money, for no cigarettes. I ain't never heard Mother ask somebody to help pay Mother's mortgage either. I'm just saying. And the gays that you attacking are the ones who thrive. I'm gonna leave it at that. Honey, it's these busted brick hoes that always got something to say about people. Y'all ever notice that? Oh, not Brown Baptist Church. Okay, Gilgal Bunny, not Brown Baptist. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But anyway, you all, I don't have any issues with these people. I just hope that Rico get it together. You know, it takes some people a lot longer to mature. I hope he matures. Thank you, Coffee Bean. But it ain't a flex because you on public assistance and you get government vouchers to live in your apartment. And mother did ask you that question, how much you paying for rent? Because we know you ain't paying a whole lot. Okay, let me move right along. There's a triangle now. Ness, Stephen, and Shakim. Stephen and Shakim are going at it now. And Shakim feels that Stephen is being friends with Ness to spite him. Shakim said he got stuff on Stephen, and Stephen said he got stuff on Shakim. And let me tell you something. All it's given is nobody can be trusted. My, trust God. I trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. Ooh, he will never fail. I'm real about that. Y'all better trust in God. These people are so fickle. They will love you today and tear you up tomorrow. And I just think it's really interesting in what people are doing. And so, and like I said, y'all, I'm not a Ness fan, but you see people are beating the hell out of her right now. Let me say this. I don't know who this is, but baby, we need to move on. We don't got time for that. So let me say this, y'all. The Ness and Shakim situation is not manufactured. It's organic. It's organic. Notice Ness just dealt with Haji. And maybe that's enough right there. Now, we all know that when folk don't like people, they pile on and they get on the bandwagon and beat folk up. That's the beef sector way. I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. I look at the evidence. I look at what has been said prior, and I go with that. Now, Ness did not want to come out and say that that boy stank. I felt it in her throat. I felt it in her spirit. She came out and said, you stank. Where was the lie? If they say the man stank. Now, we have heard this numerous of times, and even people in other sectors. And you really got to look at this, because you know they say my breath stank. But again, you got to look at this. It wasn't stinking when I met the person. I want, can I say something? Can I say something? It amazes me that if I had some tea that somebody breath stunk, baby, I would be on it. I would be on it. But no, on Mad Day, everybody breath stank, right? But in this situation, Ness held that thing. But you got to realize that other people were saying this in the sector that he came out of. They said they went to New York and it was abysmal. And then they said he was. Now, let me say this: Rebel Son don't be lying about stuff like that. Rebel Son said it. You move on. Yeah, a lot of people have said that. So all that was said was what other people have been saying, and that's it. Um, Now, what happens now is Stephen and Shakim are fighting. And it's funny to see this because Stephen was on the other end. Now Shakim is on the other end. See, let me say this, you all. Everybody got a time. Everybody got a time in the sun, baby. Everybody has their rotation. Now, I don't agree with Ness on everything. Now, I don't know what the hell Ness did to Sassy, but Sassy said it is on site. Sassy said it is on site. She said she has been taking Tabo, kimchi, taekwondo, karate, okay? All of them. She said it's on site. Now, baby, I would love to see that. I would love to see that right there. See, I ain't on team nobody. You hear me? I'm just taking things as they come. I would deal with Stephen over Shakim because Shakim is definitely an opportunist. And Shakim can be controlled. And I'm going to say that. But I don't know what Shakim got on Stephen. Now, I don't know if Stephen's still gay or straight. I don't know if he was trying to flirt. I don't know. But usually it's some shit like that. I ain't saying it's that, but usually it's some shit like that. Oh, speaking of shit, Honest Row. Honest Row. Honest Row. You know you my boy. You know, behold the green and gold. Let me put that out there. But a peanut butter jelly sandwich in a brown bag, Honest Row. Honest Row, you need to go ahead and upgrade that to some cold cuts. Okay, for some cold cuts. Baby, when Honest Row said peanut butter and jelly in that brown bag, oh my God. And some Oreo cookies. Honest Row, stop it. Oh, Honest Row. Ooh, you so practical. You so practical. Anyway, let me move on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Divine Star said J. Wilson Brown may be under investigation for insurance fraud. Oh, interesting. Oh Lord. Sophisticated lady. Um, look, look. Sassy got too many meetings, and yeah, it's really interesting, y'all. You know now, can I say this though? Somebody said Ness was having a nervous breakdown. They said she was doxing somebody's mama. Oh my God. So I don't know what's going on. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all hoes funny. Y'all take this apparatus too seriously. Baby, Honest Roast said peanut butter jelly sandwich. He said it was cold. He said he had a little brown paper bag. I'm like, oh, okay. You gotta love Ro. Somebody said I reached out to Progressive regarding the report I filed with them, and they said it's currently being investigated. They may explain why Brian Law on his page removed his live. Divine Light, are you serious? I don't know what to believe. But let me say this with me and Brian. You know, at this particular point, you just stop caring. At this particular point, you try to help people with sound, solid advice, and people don't take it. And so when things go south, you just let the chips fall where they may. I'm just really disappointed. And like I said, I don't control that young man. That young man is not my son or nothing, but I just call it as I see it. And what he did to Roe off of non-evidence, I'm like, no, that ain't right. And I think that's dangerous because you can take somebody out by them going to eat with another man. That may be their cousin, but your crazy ass thinking that that's their lover and they cheating, and then you come and do something that may affect you. You don't. Y'all. It's dealing with the emotional intelligence again, and I don't think he is stable when it comes from for the emotional intelligence piece of it. You know, uh, and he's almost like Rico when it comes to I'm gonna show y'all. You don't have to show me nothing. I don't know who this person is, but I'm gonna block all of your stuff. You don't make any sense. It's a bit, I talk about it because if you put it on YouTube, we're gonna talk about it. And I just think that Brian is his worst enemy as well. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. I just sat there and laughed. I'm like, well, damn, why you putting all of this up here? I mean, it's like Rico showing that dog. Oh, if you got the dog, then you got the dog. You trying to prove something to people, and you don't really have to prove it. What say? I hope that's not these new gay men trolling. Baby, it may be sassy. You really don't know. Now, somebody talking about something. Oh, it can't. These people from the King Roman camp and stuff. Child, I think King Roman is a little too sophisticated and intelligent to be doing this kind of foolery. It's crazy. But first of all, why am I jealous of somebody who light skinned? Okay, I mean I'm not necessarily light or dark, and black is black. Black is black. So you can look Creole and light and pass yourself off as a Cajun. You still black, and I didn't make those rules. One drop of black blood makes you black, according to the United States. So I don't know why people get into all of that foolishness. I have a eclectic family. We are all different colors. So yes. Why should Kim keep speaking on your Botox? I don't know, but I tell you what, it keeps me from smelling. Hmm. Can I say something? I like how I look. Come on, Jay. Uh huh. A proportionate nose. Oh, nasty piece of nice beard. No dimples and dents in the hair, baby. I like me, but that does not diminish the fact that he stank. That does not diminish the fact that he stank. And you know what? Let me say this. I have not called that man out of his name. I think that he really needs to check on that because either that's a mental issue of trauma or a homeless issue. That's deep. You shouldn't be. Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. And the thing is with Shakim is he is articulate enough and he has a lot going for him, but you can't be spanked. Now people can deal with a lot of things, but people can't deal with pungent odors. And that's all I'm gonna say. So whether I get Botox or not, people don't say, "Ooh, you got Botox, you stink," because people rarely notice it because it's very slight. Y'all wouldn't even know it unless I told you. You know what I'm saying? But baby, stank is real. Stank is real, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I mean, so what? I'm just saying. I'm 2 pounds from my goal, y'all. Y'all see, I'm 2 pounds from my goal. So I'm almost there. 182. 2 more pounds to go. Bad hygiene, major sign of depression or trauma. It don't make no sense. And the thing is, nobody ain't saying anything badly about you. You're an intelligent person. It seems you're very articulate. You seem like you could get a job. I mean, but everybody's saying that you smell bad, and you really need to look into that. What's up, Viv? You really need to look into that. That's all. So, yeah, you don't say whatever you want about me. It is what it is. Baby, let me tell you something. Everybody's bad breath when you're mad. But, honey, my breath wasn't bad when she was sitting in this car saying, Booty, Booty, your car is so nice. It's so nice, Charlotte. And her ex-boyfriend back there smelling like a whole ashtray. So ain't no hoe who be sucking up cools and menthols and whatever else they was doing. Baby, please. Again, I laugh at this shit. I laugh at this shit. And this is the thing. I was on a cruise ship with 50 folks. You ain't hear nothing like that. I was with Ro. I ain't hear nothing like that. It's only them people. It's only them people. Yeah. It's only them people. I took a picture with Heidi, and she all up in my face. Baby, it's them people. So that doesn't bother me. But, see, this is a consistent thing. Okay? And like I said, it is what it is. You can say whatever you want to. Why am I upset that Ghetto is a CPA? What is that great? Well, good for Ghetto. I just think y'all really want that. I'm happy that Ghetto is a CPA. I was very upset when they called Ghetto's job and got that man fired from that job. Thank you, Johnny, because I admire Ghetto for even having a job in higher ed. So that's not true. I don't know who you are, but you really are really reaching. I applaud Ghetto for doing that. I don't know what you're talking about. Any black man, gay or straight, who can have a white collar job, baby, nobody ain't jealous of that. I applaud that. I would rather Ghetto do that than be on food stamps and trying to flex like food stamps in Section 8 is a flex. So I don't know what you're talking about. That's not true. Okay, but that doesn't bother me, though. I don't know what you're trying to prove. I'm going to get ready to block you again because you're not making any sense. And it's more of an irritant because I'm not intimidated or jealous of anybody. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go ahead and block you because I don't know. I'm proud that Ghetto's doing that. And if he can drive a Range Rover, that's beautiful. Why am I going to be jealous of what somebody else is? Black people who striving and doing their thing, baby, they don't hate other folks who doing it. I don't get that. It's y'all hoes who get jealous. And I don't even talk about Ghetto. That's the talk about Ghetto. He's not in conversation, so I guess people trying to have me and Ghetto fight or something. Nobody said that. I mean, that's weird to me, y'all. Yeah, it's I don't have anything bad to say about Ghetto. I mean, it is what it is. That's stupid. That don't make any sense to me. Yeah, I don't understand what that's the issue because we don't really talk about Ghetto over here. So that's crazy. Hey, Styles with Tisa. I don't know why that is. I mean, people are trying to make that a topic and then people's color. So I don't know what troll that is. I don't know their angle, but they got to do a little bit better. Oh, that don't make no sense to me. But let me say this, you all. It's a lot of things going on, and And it's the Christmas season, and watch how these people act. But I'm to the point right now, it's about my coin. It is really about the coin. And these people are really emotionally invested with this stuff. Now, Ness, you know what? This is going to be a proving ground for you this season. Either you're going to make your content and laugh this off, or you're going to go into panic fight mode, which those people want you to do. So all I'm saying is watch your emotional intelligence with these people because, baby, these girls are really poking. And I'm not saying that you are a likable person to everybody, but let me say something else too, Ness. Let me say something else to you too. Let me say something else to you too. Ditch the loser and y'all beneath me type stuff. Baby, don't do that. 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 If you grand, walk in your grandness. I'm gonna tell you. I looked at a little bit of 50 Cent's documentary that he produced, and when Diddy talking about he done shook them people hands and he feel nasty, people don't like that, and that really hurt his image with people because how you gonna go to the hood that you grew up in and those people are looking up to you, shaking your hand, and you acting like they are dirty and beneath you and like you got to take a bath again. Oh no, 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 no. That's bad. That's bad. And that's why you got to be so careful when you do that stuff because you ain't no better than nobody else. And I mean, my thing is with me, I think some people make better choices and better decisions. I think some people are more astute and more learned in the area of emotional intelligence than others. I think some people are more diplomatic and it puts them in a better position. We are all made of dirt from the ground and somebody breathed the breath of life in us. So we ain't no better than nobody. But it is how you use your talents. Some people bury their talents and it don't do nothing. Some people increase it. It's all about what you do in life. It's all about your choices. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Nobody is better than anybody. Some people make better decisions than others. We got to watch that because I was looking at that Diddy. I'm like, ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay. Okay. Well, I think people have to be very careful. It's really funny because people say you think you're better than everybody. No, I don't. No, I don't. I know where I came from. And again, they think it's a read because they say, well, you grew up in that trailer, grew up in a trailer, moved into a modest, and I mean a very modest house down the street from the trailer. And here I am today. And I'm grateful for it. I thank God for my humble beginnings. That's why I don't look down on people because, baby, I am one of them people. Okay? I saw people in my neighborhood who didn't have a college degree, but baby, they worked hard. They paid for their houses. They had good credit scores. And you know what they told me? We're going to help you out, baby, because we want you to do better than us. The people back in the day wanted their kids to do better than they did. They wanted better for their kids. And I can applaud people. Those are my heroes. So when you tell me that I'm thinking I'm better and everybody don't need no college and all of that, that stuff is foolish to me. because I grew up in a community where people worked because they couldn't go to college. They were coming out of sharecropping, so they had to do the best they could with what they had. But yet they wanted better for their kids. And that's all I'm saying here. So when people come and step to me like that, I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know my upbringing. I'm very proud of those people without a college degree, without a whole lot of wealth, but yet can pay for a house and have good credit and do that. Baby, I'm proud of those people. But in the same token, those people knew that education was critical. And that's why they sent their children to school. They knew education was critical. And so that's how I was raised. Because the people knew the struggle. I mean, so when I hear all of this foolishness, oh, you think you better than somebody? No. That's what you think. That's what you think. And baby, it don't shame me that, for the first 4 years of my life, I was in a trailer. That's great. It was a single wide. Because again, we were in the trailer because it was redlining in Florida. And when I was born in the 70s, they were just opening up black people to live in white neighborhoods because Florida is truly Southern. And back in the day, white people could not sell their homes to black people. And so black people were relegated to certain areas. See, again, the trailer wasn't only because because some people, let me tell you something. I know some people right now who are doctors and lawyers and lived in that damn trailer park. Let me tell you how deep it is. Every once in a while, we will have a gathering and a get together of all of those people who lived in the trailer park. And let me tell you something, it's rich. The tapestry is rich. You have doctors, lawyers who used to live in that trailer park, and baby, everybody is rich. So that ain't a read to me. And if I can live in a trailer for the first 4 years of my life and in the hood, but yet can get an education and do this, I'm good with that. See, y'all shaming, baby, I'm not ashamed of humble beginnings. I'm not. It just goes to show you that in America, baby, you can do it. It goes to show you in America, you can make it. Even with racism, even with ugly stuff, even with systematic and systemic racism, you can still make it. And it goes to show me that education is our salvation. Besides Jesus. Now, Jesus is salvation. But what I'm trying to say is the black middle class came up because of education. And it wasn't because of white education either. If it wasn't for our HBCUs, we wouldn't have half the shit because we wouldn't be able to go to half of these white colleges. I'm just saying. Now, the trades are great. But let me tell you something. Even after the trades, you still got to know how to read. You still have to know how to write. So it just baffles my mind that we are so anti-education sometimes in this sector. And then, we are so, oh, you think you better than, I don't think I'm better than nobody. Absolutely not. But what I don't do is bow down and kowtow and do this stupid stuff and be flexing because of welfare and stuff. I don't do that. That's not me. And I'm sorry, I have a high self-esteem. And if your self-esteem low, then you need to check yourself. That's why I'm looking like, baby, that ain't a flex to be on food stamps and public assistance. Now, do we need those safety nets? You damn right we need those safety nets because some people have lost jobs, no fault of their own. Some people are on Social Security and they need that. I mean, but those things were not forever. Those were to help you get back on your feet so you don't have to use them no more. It's when we make this stuff a crutch and want to live off of this stuff, that's when it becomes a problem. So I just wanted to say that, because people got life messed up. You think you better than, no, I don't. No, I don't. Making better decisions. Yeah. But hey, that's it. Yeah, y'all. Let me say this. I just look and we over here in the beef sector sometimes, not all of us, but some of us, we praise mediocrity. We praise train wrecks. We praise alcoholism and debauchery. And don't get me wrong, people are grown. But when it comes to education and serious stuff, we fall short. Instead of telling people, hey man, better yourself, invest in you. If you're not going to go to a 4-year institution, get into HVAC program. What do you really want to do? Get into that, and nobody don't grow up saying that I want to be on welfare and have limited income and let people dictate where I live and what I can eat. Can I say they dictating what people eat? They are dictating what food you can eat. You can't get all of this expensive food now on food stamps. Hello, somebody. Am I right about it? If you want to eat steak and you can afford to go eat the damn steak. But on food stamps, they're saying, no, you don't deserve that because you need to get up and work. You can't eat steak. They're telling people, no, you can't have no potato chips no more on these food stamps. You got to eat snap peas and all of that stuff because we're dictating that you eat healthy. And truth be told, quiet be kept. You should be teaching people how to eat healthy. But when you don't, they should be able to get what the hell they want to. Because if rich people eat junk food, then why shouldn't poor people be able to eat junk food? See, that's where I go with that kind of stuff. But anyway, needless to say. But y'all, I'm just being real on that. So, Ness, use emotional intelligence. Look at what these people are trying to do. See what they're trying to do. All of the content creators need to look at stuff and step back. That's why I don't argue with people anymore. People expect you to do that. I'm to the point now. No, because I know I can do what I need to do. But sometimes it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. Oh, somebody getting 500 in the room, so baby, 500, 600, whatever. Can you get the replay and put the commercials in? That's what I'm saying, you all. Again, this is why now I don't share what I make. I'll give you an estimate, but because if I'm on here, I'm doing what I need to do. If I stop coming on here and y'all don't see me, it means that AdSense ain't adding up. Amen. Oh yeah, you gotta have a job to get food stamps now. So, like I said, you all, that wasn't a flex, and Rico need to be a friend to himself. Rico ain't even a friend to himself, and until he can deal with that, and I really do think that he needs to go see a counselor because there's some things that he needs to work through. I'm just saying. So, y'all, what else is going on? So, like I said, we have the Stephen and the Shakim situation. Now it's like who gonna drop who some stuff on who. What's up, Michelle? Who gonna say this about this? And it's all like, okay, it's a Ness situation, so that's interesting. I guess people are mad because uh, Lemon and Ness are okay right now. Okay, whatever. Piece of line like you don't have to work to keep your food stamps. I don't know. She lives in Florida, and I'm telling you, that man crazy in Florida. DeSantis is crazy as hell, so I don't know. But in Pizza working? Didn't y'all say that Pizza have a job? So yeah, don't Pizza have a job? I'm just saying, no shade. So let me say this, you all. I feel so much better. I don't eat chips. Not to say that I will never eat them, but I don't. The only thing I really do is the coffee. My diet usually consists of yogurt, that cereal that I purchase. Um, breakfast, I'll do eggs. So it's always a protein or vegetable. And I usually eat 1 to 2 meals a day. I drink plenty of water from my Circle bottle. Um, yeah. And I'm telling you, if people start doing that, baby, some of these grocery stores will be going out of business. Because, yeah, I mean, when you really know how to eat, you don't go through all those aisles. I don't go through a whole lot of aisles. The only thing that I eat close to a potato chip now is a rice cake. A rice cake. That Love Crunch. Yeah, the Love Crunch cereal. Well, it ain't hard to work for the government in Florida, baby. Baby, it ain't hard to, and what do you mean government? She could be working for the food stamp office, just throwing that out there. She could be, it's a lot of things in the state that you can do. The state of Florida, it ain't, yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, I read the label for everything. Like a lot of so I don't drink diet sodas anymore. I used to be a Diet Coke fan, but it has a lot of salt in it. And so I don't do Diet Cokes or Cokes, period, because it's a lot of salt in it. So I don't do that. Ronnie Howard, how you know that lady got a criminal record? How you know that lady got a criminal? See, I don't be knowing this stuff about people. How y'all know the lady got a criminal record and y'all ain't never saw? How would you know it's her if you never visibly seen how she looks like? Now, I ain't trying to be shady. I'm just asking questions. How would you know that Pizarro had a criminal record if we've never seen her and we don't know her real name? Hell, she said she got one with, oh, okay. Well, she said she got one. Okay. Well, if that's what she said. Now, it's hard to get a job with a criminal record in Florida. It depends on what the record is. Is she a misdemeanor or is she a felon? She admitted to have stabbed a girl 1 year on probation. So this is the thing, Coffee B. Is it a misdemeanor or is it a felony? Because you can get a job depending on the severity of the charges. Oh, she is allegedly off probation. That's deep. I'm gonna tell you, when you get a felon, it is hard to get a job. It's hard to get a job. Is she a felon? I mean, see, that's the thing. If you have a misdemeanor, they will work out with you. But baby, if you a felon, that's why I tell people before y'all start fighting in these streets and trying to prove something, is it worth it? Because there are some jobs now that you cannot do with a felony. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a hard. It was it's hard with assault misdemeanor. Okay, she may be able to get a job with that. The felonies really mess people up. Those felonies really mess people up. And I mean, yeah. So be careful. Well, yep, you're right, 420, but that's people who got money. So yeah. Well, that's McDonald's. That's McDonald's. Your options, I mean, you got options. They may be a little limited, but you got options. Most restaurants will hire people with felons because they need people. But then, how much money you gonna make? You know. But you can't be a school teacher. You can't be a flight attendant, depending on what it is. There's a lot of things you can't do as a felon. So you got to be careful with that. So yeah, I didn't know that about Pizarro. Y'all see, I'm serious. Everybody be thinking I be in folk business. No, I didn't know that she said that. I didn't. Yeah. So yeah, wow. But if she has a misdemeanor, and it's not a felon, she could get with the state. Ronnie Howard said if you bring it on YouTube, we gonna talk about it. Yeah. Thank you, Vivian. Y'all, the pot is at $1,630 some odd dollars. Let's get that pot up. The banner competition is happening January the 1st. The last day to submit an entry is the 26th of December. And then we're going to announce Jaycation when we announce our second place winner and our Beyond Struggle banner person. So be ready, be ready, be ready. Yeah, yeah. I mean, let me say this, you all. I'm not saying that you can't get a job as a felon, but sometimes a lot of opportunities are closed to you because of it. Yeah. Okay, coffee beans. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't know that at all. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, yeah. I don't do a lot of Walmart chicken, baby, because they be having like other stuff in it. You got to be very careful. But see, you all, I do a lot of poultry. Yeah, you got to be careful. You can't get everything, but some things you got to really be careful of. I don't do a lot of deli meat because of nitrates in the food. And you got to be very careful of those nitrates because nitrates are carcinogens, and a lot of people get cancer eating that. So you got to be very careful. So just wanted to put that out there. So y'all, what else is going on in the sector? Like I said, I know Lemon and Ness are cool right now. A lot of people have issues with Lemon and Ness being friends. And the bottom line is, you all, there's agenda and there's a slant to everything. I'm sure they're gonna do what they need to do, but it's the beef sector, and I understand that people need content and they need to talk about things. So it is what it is. I prefer organic beef instead of manufactured stuff put together. So yeah. So today I'm wearing my other glasses. So I have a large glass collection, you all. So I'm gonna yeah, Zenny Optical, Zenny Optical, and now they have one called Zealand or something like that. So it's a couple, but Zenny was really good. So mm. Well, they do. But let me say this with me. What's up, Purple Rain? Let me tell you with me. Um, I don't have any art with anybody. So I don't really need to make up with anybody because I really don't care. I know how people are, and yeah, I know how people are, and you just do what you need to do, and you just move accordingly. You know what people give, and you do that. Jay Wilson, you ever thought about getting smart glasses or meta glasses? I'm thinking about that. It's funny that you mentioned that, Miss Sugar Plum. I'm thinking about that. I am. You familiar with Zenny? Yeah, I'm thinking about that. They're not that expensive either. Eye exam today, heading to the online place you mentioned. Okay, all you need is your prescription. Yes, please email Vivian about the meet and greet. She's not going to tell you where, but we are meeting and greeting. So, yeah. But people make up all the time, but you just have to really know where people are, and what people do. Some people are influenced by other people, so if they are going to get into a group or somebody accept them in the group, they're going to ditch you real quick to go to that group, and you understand that. Now, some people you let go and you just don't deal with for a while because, y'all, I'm going to tell you, Some of these people really think that you need them, and you really don't. I'm not trying to decrease or increase. I'm just trying to be consistent. That's it. Well, I don't have a problem with Lemon. Can I say this again, y'all? If Lemon has something that I need to see, I'll go over and see it. I don't do Lemon because everything is not funny to me. I like a quick sitcom. I'm not trying to do a docudrama, a dramatic series, and Lemon be on that panel for 8 to 14 hours, and I'm just not red balling and lolling through this to see what happened. That's why I tell people send it to me because it's just too long, and everything ain't funny. I don't know. I like a good laugh every once in a while. So like Kimmy came on. Now some of the content on Kimmy was about me, but I like the quickness of it. What happened? I knew what Kimmy was doing. I saw some things. It was informative, and the questions that were asked were good questions. So, yeah. What's up, Hershey? I gotta go to Walmart. I'm going to Walmart. I need to get some plasticware. I need to get some plasticware today. So he's sober. That's interesting. Um, Thank you, Rose Bennett. How you doing? Shout out to Rose. Um, so it is getting close to somebody's court date, and I see that people haven't really been on YouTube as much, which I think is very smart. So we'll see. That court date is coming up on the 15th. Yeah, I saw Mothers Clean Up. Oh, but but he was telling the truth. It ain't no flex because you living off of food stamps and government assistance. That ain't no flex using your. And then he wanted to talk about his status. Mother never even said anything about his status. He brought it up, but that's how he's been getting his food and his assistance because of his status. Coffee beans, like you tell Jay, was when Lemon don't hate him. I just see people carry things to Lemon. He ignored. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, he did. And Mother laughed because you again, they want to show you stuff. Pastor, what do you think about SK? Baby, that thing was funny running. We talked about that first, at least second. First of all, when Mother said he was reading people because they said he was fat, baby, I had to chuckle. I was chuckling about that. And then when Mother said he was in that bathroom, ooh, child. How Paulette Water said, ooh, child. Now he trying to clean it up. Now he trying to clean it up. Yeah, Hershey, that ain't no flex. But baby, that Sir King thing had me rolling. He was reading somebody because they called him fat. So we knew you was fat all along. I told you sound like you have a CPAP machine and like you can't sleep at night without it. And then that bathroom thing got me. Honey, he seemed like he was titillated. He seemed like he was nervous. He was trembling. He said he'd be gentle. And Sir King tried to relax, but he just couldn't be still. Come on now. I heard you close the door on that bathroom stall. As I sat there and listened with my ears to the wall, I was nervous. I was trembling. You said you'd be gentle. Ah, woo, Lord. Okay. I mean, because Sir King was very protective of Lemon. Oh my God, he really, Tasha Kim, you ain't the only one who wanted that. Child, they was talking about a lot of glory holes. It seemed like Lady Dimples ain't the only one who likes the holes in the wall. Mm. Now let me tell you what Lady Dimples did though. I was rolling because I actually was up there. Lady Dimples was talking mad trash. Honey, mother showed up. And baby, it got real crickets in there. Crickets in there. Then mother said, "You got something to say?" And mother dropped, and then that hoe started talking. Honey, I hollered. I hollered. Now this girl is about 380, stands 6'5", wears shoe size are probably about 13 and a half. Ooh, Jesus. Honey, that hoe got real quiet. I was chuckling. You hear me? It's the shoes for me. Y'all, now I ain't trying to be funny. I don't really talk about Lady Dimples much. I really don't. I really don't. But that hoe can't say nothing about me when she had them flats on. Honey, if they didn't look like platoon shoes, baby, it looked like two platoon boats up there. Oh my God. I'm like, this nigga is big. Baby, it was giving security. Okay, it was giving bouncer at the club. And then they had the nerve to have scraps on it. Girl, I'm like, them ain't ballerina shoes. Them bullfighting shoes. Baby, I couldn't. I couldn't. Oh my God, that thing had me rolling. But anyway, I'm gonna move on. But that's why I don't even fight. Baby, that picture did it for me. Ooh, baby, that picture's still in my brain. It was the feet, baby, them feet, them feet. I'm like, ooh, damn. Anyway, let me move right along. Ooh, Jesus. Look like a whole linebacker. Anyway, baby, they look like big old boats. You know, like them when the cruise ship, you be on the cruise ships, and they have them boats that you dump into the water when the ship may be going down. Baby, them shoes look like them boats. Baby, I hollered. Ooh, I hollered. I'm like, how you gonna do this, niece? Oh, do I need to get off here? Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I need to go to Walmart and I need to get some plasticware. Baby, there was some big bozo shoes. Baby, they was bigger. They was big. I'm like, see, yeah. At work, at work, at work. Baby, these trolls are something else. At work, where he's supposed to be. Lord Jesus. I don't know if he's upset or not. I don't give a damn. What he did to Roe was absolutely wrong. What he did to Roe was wrong. And I'm going to say that. And I can understand why Roe cussed him out. And, he can be passive and deflective and all of that stuff and make these little video songs. But what he did to Roe was wrong. And he really owes Roe an apology because Roe didn't say anything to me. And Miss O confirmed that uh, she didn't say anything to him as well. So, yeah. Oh my God. Come on, trolls. And the reason why I'm blocking the trolls is so stupid. I mean, it's just like, are you serious? It's a nuisance. It's really a nuisance. You got to do better. this thing asking about him and all of that, and Tracy stole him. It's comical, but it's not. It's just, yeah. It's just, move on. I'd rather you to come up and think of something good than to do that because it's a nuisance. Ugh. It's just like, come on, really? So you said Thump D SD did a live yesterday, a little more explained in the live that would be the last four. Okay, I don't. Yeah, okay. Okay, you gonna go? You gonna go? You gonna sit there and look? Oh my God, you child, these people in this driving and ooh, mm, oh Lord. Well, Michelle, I can understand that, but he did that because he thought that Roe mentioned his daddy to me, which that wasn't the case. So I don't give a damn about who did an interview. The thing is that Brian is not a good friend. He's not trustworthy. And if he wanted to know if Roe did it, all he had to do was ask Roe. That's what he had to do. And because he did what he did, and it looked like he got joy and satisfaction in putting Roe's business out there and hurting Roe. And I think Roe should leave him the hell alone and move on. That's all I'm saying. Because the boy is unhinged and he doesn't think all the way through, and he's extremely emotional, and that's never a good way to do things. I'm just saying. So I didn't watch Stunk Down, so I don't know what he talked about. It really don't matter. The biggest thing and my big takeaway is Roe leave Brian alone because this dude does things to hurt people, and he don't even get all the information. He just go with it. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that Roe just needs to step back. One minute you like him, then next minute you relishing in people tearing him up. That ain't a friend. That ain't a friend at all. And demons keep on saying that no, nobody's on the three-way. I mean, it's that paranoia shit again. So bro just need to leave that man alone. I wouldn't even. I would just block the number because Brian is not trustworthy. And anytime he thinks that somebody has done something to him, he's gonna do what he needs to do. And some of this stuff is without cause. I know Roto, and then that's the thing. Then he told on himself by saying that he knows that Ro told me this because he was talking to Ro about his brother and his father. So again, Brian, maybe you share too much. Maybe you just overshare. You said this already about your dad. Do you remember not telling the people how you felt so embarrassed about your dad having a child and he was on Facebook? You came up on my platform and told it. So now all of a sudden, Ro done told it. Did you not remember that? It seems like you have selective memory. Seems like you want an excuse to fight with Ro. It seems like you want an excuse to fight. And this is why I think Ro should leave you alone because you came on my platform and you told everybody that you were embarrassed because your dad had another child and it was on Facebook and it was some serious stuff. And I'm like, wow. So, yeah. But, Ro, you need to leave him alone. And I'm not trying to break up no friendships, but it ain't no friendship. It's I collect information on you, and then you piss me off, and then I'll go ahead and spray you, and then I'm gonna come back and apologize. Ain't nobody got time for that crazy cat pee shit. Crazy cat pee shit. Move on with that. Move on with that. And I can understand now why Mississippi and them people you just do stuff. You want everything your way, but then when somebody does something, then you get uber sensitive. You want to be messy, but when people be messy with you, then you want to cry about it, and nobody don't have time for that. And you were getting ready to set up Mississippi until he stopped it and said, "No, we're not going to talk about that." And I'm glad Mississippi did that, and that's why I like Mississippi. And this is why I realized that Mississippi has grown. You haven't. Mississippi knows boundaries, and I think he really did miss a bullet because you crazy as hell. And nobody ain't gonna be dealing with all of that foolishness and all of that drama that you bring. Nobody don't want to be dealing with that shit. Are you gonna go over? Nobody don't want to be dealing with that shit. So again, I meant what I said. Now Brian is hilarious. He's welcome over here. I don't have a problem with him coming, but I meant what I said, and I ain't going back on it. I meant what the hell I said, and what you did to Ro is just, yeah. And then you want to blame it on the weed. Maybe I was smoking weed and being paranoid. Well, get off the weed and stop being paranoid. And I understand why Ro cussed your ass out. And he deserved to cuss your ass out because what you did was absolutely wrong. Period. Yeah, he jumped on Kim. And let me say this. I don't even care about what he said about me. It has no bearings on me because I'm not his friend. I'm not talking to him on the phone. I ain't doing all of that. But obviously, you calling Ro talking to him for 2 hours, wasting his damn time. I'm sure Ro could be doing other things besides talking to you for 2 hours. And then all of a sudden, and this is why I'm telling Ro, let him find a therapist. Stop holding the brunt of these conversations. Let him talk to a therapist so when shit go wrong, he can go sue the therapist because he's suing everybody. Don't think we ain't see that AT&T. Baby Brian was like, I'm going to get in on this. Anything that's some free money, here come Brian. Money. Baby, he was trying to get people. I'm like, child, and he probably a member of T-Mobile. Baby, let me move on. Honey, these girls are not well. God bless you. Yeah, I am blessed, ho. But I'm telling you, all that passive aggressive shit don't work with me either. You did Ro wrong. And you should, and I know Ro ain't gonna get no apology, but you should apologize to him because you went on Kimmy's channel, and I think you did it because you really wanted to do it. Because if you were really friends with Ro, and if you really wanted to know if Ro did that or not, you would have reached out to Ro. You reach out to him for everything else. You reach out to him when you're going through this and this and this, but all of a sudden, when you think this happened, now you don't reach out to him because you wanted to do that in the first place. So anyway, you all, like I said, I don't have a problem with him. I just have a problem with how he does some things, and then he tries to act like he's the victim and all of this, and you're not the victim. You put shit out there. Stop oversharing, ho. Get some real friends. Oh, you can't keep those either. I ain't never had a friend bust my windows open or bust my car. Oh, look at that little pretty crib dress. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, a minute. Okay. Y'all better come on to Walmart, baby. They are busting up this fashion up in the Walmart with the Christmas dress. Come on. Oh, they got a green one too. Come on, green. Come on, green. Y'all better get on the Walmart. Oh, come on, Walmart. Walmart saying, baby, she is in the high fashion business. Okay, Walmart. Okay, Walmart, we see you. Walmart said, don't sleep on me, hoes.
Honey, Walmart is flexing with the Christmas dresses. All right. You better work. Mm. Yeah, he got paranoid. But that junk, you need to stop that. You need to stop putting people in those situations. Ro didn't say anything about you. And then I came on and told him that Ro didn't say anything. But you know what? It don't matter to him because it seemed like he just wanted to fight Ro anyhow. It just seems like that's what he wants to do. It seems like he lives for strife and then he want to act like he's peaceful and no, 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 no. No, you doing a whole lot. You doing a whole lot. So wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I got one for $4. Wait a minute now. That's an 8 piece. Okay, that's 354. That's 3.5. That's 272. Oh, I like these right here. That's 268. I'm gonna get the 268 ones. The storage containers. It's microwavable. Okay. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna get. Amen. So y'all, I'm in Walmart. I gotta get some food containers in here now. I'm gonna go get some tea. So let me go get me a little tea. Where am I gonna get that tea? No, I don't want that much tea. I'm looking for the gold peak. What's up, room shaker? All right, girl. She got on her glitter hat, honey. All right, glitter hat. All righty here. Hold on for a minute. I'm looking for some tea now. Shine like a diamond. Baby, she's shining like a diamond, honey. She's shining for Jesus. Hold on, y'all. Let me find this. I'm looking for this tea. Um, oh, that's unsweetened. No. Oh, I hate this. Hold on. Oh well. You know what? I'm not gonna even do this. I ain't even playing with this. I think I'm a yeah because I don't see what I need. Yeah. Nope. So anyway, let me go ahead and get my little stuff and move on around. So, well, Vivian, I'm getting ready to go throw some stuff away in my closet. So I'm going into my closet very soon, and there's some things that I don't need, and I'm getting ready to. Baby, she act like she can't scan the stuff. Till she, okay, is she sleep? Anyway, let me stop. I'm in the line at the Walmart. Give me a minute. What's up, Stop Down? Please do tell. Anyway, I just saw. I was talking about Kimmy's live, but and let me say this, you all. Everybody don't have to like Honest Row. I get everybody don't like Honest Row, and I get that. But what Brian did to Honest Row was wrong because of what he thought that Honest Row told somebody, which nobody did. And again, that's his paranoia. Hold on, y'all. I'm almost done. All right, y'all. I'm back. Ooh, these cheering, hollering up in here. Let me get up on out this Walmart. And they hollering. Yeah, like I said, Stump Down, a lot of people don't like Ro. So, of course, Kimmy called Ro dishonest Ro. So, a lot of people are not going to like him. And I get that. But that was not my issue. And my thing is, if Brian would have, it was just what he did. It was just right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, I'm not saying what Ro told him was true or false. Ro could have been a man dealing with married men and doing all of that stuff. He could have. And I'm not denying that fact. And again, it is what it is. I mean, I get it. And was it salacious? Yes, it was. Um, was it true? According to Brian, that's what Ro told him. And I get that. But my thing is, the context and why you did it, that's not cool. See, it could be correct. You could be telling the truth, but it's because I feel that you say that this man is your friend. You done spoke for him for 2 hours and he's easy to talk to and all of this stuff. And then you jump up and you do this and then you want to call him. And then that's another thing. You will sit there and block him and do all of this. And then, I mean, it's like, Ro, stop making yourself accessible for that man. Stop making yourself accessible to him like that. I mean, stop making yourself accessible like that. Well, he alluded to that. Talking about something. Yeah, I remember the man who had the house in Virginia. But Brian, we actually saw you drop a friend because he had the house in Virginia. And you act like, I mean, you don't have any emotional intelligence. And I was like, you ain't no damn friend. How you gonna ghost that man like that? If anything, you should have been like, hey, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I know, do you want to talk about it? What happened, man? Or do you need anything? That man needed support. He didn't need you to sit there and ghost him and judge him. And see, that's the problem. He thought you were a friend. Like Ro be thinking, but you ain't a friend to nobody, ho. Because again, you like Rico. You ain't a friend to your own damn self. I couldn't believe when you said that. I mean, it's just a series of things that you do that I'm like, really? And whatever you said about Ro could have been true. And I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm not saying what you said was wrong or right. And if somebody didn't like Ro, baby, they would be all on it. But the thing is, it does not excuse the fact that what you did and how you did it and why you did it was not, you did it under false pretenses. And you act like you enjoyed the shit. That's why that got me even more. And you really do owe Ro an apology, because I'm telling you now, I did not say anything to Ro. I have not talked to Ro about you and your daddy. I don't talk to Ro like that. The Miss O said she didn't talk to Ro concerning your father. So don't you feel that you owe Ro an apology because you lied on us, and then you want to make an excuse talking about it was the weed and paranoia? Well, bitch, take accountability. You were wrong. And I'm not mad at what you said about me. It's just to go and show you again why Ro should leave your ass alone. You are a dangerous person if you don't even ask the questions and so on and so forth, and you pop off like that. And I'm glad he cussed you out. And I really hope he holds true to what he said. because what you did to him wasn't right. See, it don't really matter to me because it's business to me. And so whether you come or go, it don't really matter to me. But you're claiming that Ro is your friend and Ro is this, and you talk to him on the phone for 2 hours and stuff. And maybe, Ro, you need to stop talking on the phone with him for 2 hours because maybe he is possessive and needy, and he feels that if you do one thing to him, he is so fragile that he's going to shatter and cut you up. Let me tell y'all something. Leave these fragile people alone. This is a word here. I feel this word in my spirit. Slump down. I feel this word in my spirit. Baby, fragile people will break into pieces and they will cut you up. Baby, leave these fragile folk alone because they too jagged. Honey, they will cut you. Baby, when you deal with fragile people, baby, you will bleed. You will get cut because, again, it don't take much. Don't take much. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm not saying what he said wasn't right. I mean, he could have been 100% right about Ro. And then he started talking about his sister. Ro said, because I know your sister was sick. Ro didn't say your sister had cancer. He said your sister was sick. Brian went off about that. Now, after Brian just told the people that Ro was trying to seduce him, that's what he wanted to make it seem like. That Ro was talking nasty to him. That's what he wanted to make it seem like. And so he pretty much threw Ro under the bus. He pretty much threw Ro under the bus. He threw Ro under the bus. But then Ro mentioned your sister sick, and then you flip out. Like Ro gave your sister's name and address and diagnosis, which he didn't. He said she was sick. But then you come out and tell us that you're not on YouTube because you've been with your sick sister. Baby, these hoes are just crazy. They don't remember what they say from day to day. They got selective memory. It's just like, so Ro, leave his ass alone. I mean, and I'm not, look, Ro, treat him like business. Treat him like a subcontractor that he is. Because if he's talking to you on the phone for 2 or 3 hours about mess like that, and he needs a therapist. He needs to go talk to somebody who can really do something for him. He wants to just talk to you so he can sit there and waste your time up. And Ro, let me tell you, with people like Brian, you can't even let them leave a message on your phone because they feel like they got a buy-in and they will mess with you until you really cut them off. Because they feel like there's a little hope and you got to leave them alone. That love to hate stuff, that ain't cute. So, do your cussing, say what you want to say. I can't stand past it. You can't stand me, but I can't stand what you just did to Ro. And you really need to apologize because it was wrong. And what I'm trying to tell you, it was wrong. Your logic was faulty. It was wrong. And then you want to blame it on the weed and thought it was funny. But that goes to show you, Ro, that he don't give a damn because it was nothing for him to come out and spill all of your tea. All of your tea. And what get me, he always want to put curses on people. Always speaking sickness on folk, and he be in the hospital every year. Let me tell you something. I ain't seen people in the hospital as much as him. Baby, let me tell you something. You be in the look. Who been in the hospital the most in the beef sector? Brian. But always speaking death on folk. Always speaking illness on people. If it ain't an illness, it is financial calamity. I need a care package. Baby, this heat, paying for an electric bill. Somebody paying for a water bill. It's always something. And my thing is this. You know, why is this so? Why is this always happening? Because you don't ever hear me ask nobody for no water bill, no light bill, or I need some sandwich money. You ain't never hear somebody say, "Oh, I paid for Jay Wilson's light bill," or "Baby, I paid for Jay Wilson's mortgage payment." Never. Last time you seen me in the hospital? Never. And again, that was for sympathy and payola. I hate to say it, but the girls be right. Indirectly, you be trying to get the money. You know why? Because even after the Seattle thing, God still blessed me. Because, you know, on my birthday, people sent me money. So that's what it's about. I can lie. And then I ask people if they want their refund back, knowing that you shouldn't have to ask people. You should do the right thing anyhow. But the hosts feel so bad for you because they know in a couple of days you're going to be broke again. Okay, borrowing $750. See, that's another telltale sign you ain't doing shit because you borrowing money and instead of letting it sit there so you can collect something, you borrowing it. So that means $750. That means it's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. And again, here you are proving something to people again, which you don't really have to prove. But you like Rico, you want to show a dog. Now they're gonna try to take the dog again for Rico. But baby, you showing that little 750 and all of that stuff, and people like, oh goddamn, why you have to borrow 750? You don't have enough money, girl. Y'all crazy. Y'all sit here and do what y'all want to. I'll sit back and laugh at this shit. I mean, really. Even when I went through my job layoff, boo, I mean, I went up here begging people for rent and light money, baby. I was making things work and happen. Ooh, y'all y'all something else. And be the first one to say you think you're better than people and all of this education. Oh, y'all will throw it out. Y'all throw it out. But the education must be working because I ain't begging nobody for no electric money or no car payment money. That's why I ignore y'all hoes, because at the end of the day, I know what's working for me. Child, just a mess. Not the door camera. No, let me explain about that door camera. The door camera didn't come about. I just said, we need to get him a door camera because we was tired of that homework man knocking on that door like Brian owed him money. So yeah, that's what that was about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's gonna be bad for a lot of people. Well, Hershey, he said that he said that he didn't want that. So that was never something that I'm not gonna put that on him. That's not something that he wanted. So I'm not gonna put that doorbell on him. So he wasn't the doorbell situation. Yeah, I'm not gonna put that on him. No, I'm not gonna put that on him. I'm not gonna put that doorbell situation on him. But the other stuff, and like I said, that road situation, you know, like I said, I know there were some things said about me, and like I said, it's no problem with that. Hey, it is what it is. But how he did roll, and then he tried to blame it on us, and it's like, no, sir, nobody didn't say anything about that. Maybe you just share too much, and then he tried to blame it on D Miss O, and then when we confronted him and said, no, that's not the case, then well, maybe I'm smoking weed and I'm paranoid. Well, stop smoking weed and being paranoid. But no, you just wanted to tear down Roe because you feel some kind of way, and maybe Roe rejected you and really don't want you either, and you pissed off, and then you acting like his friend, but you really still want more than that. But yet you want to do everything to discredit him as well, but you want to be his friend. That don't make no sense. It's either one or the other. If you ain't for me, you're against me. If you ain't for me, you're against me. And so that's how I look at it. Now that's why I think Rose should look at it, because my thing is you feel that way when Rose say something about you, and what Rose said about you wasn't even that serious. And you brought it up. You said my sister was sick. Okay, did he give the sister's diagnosis? Did he give the sister's address and stuff? But you went up there and you told everybody that just because of that. And I'm like, it does not warrant that. It does not warrant that. You are just a spoiled brat, an emotional wreck. And like Stump Down said, the people who you should be fighting, you ain't fighting. That man put his hands in your chest and you sat there like a pussy and let him did, and then wanted to go and get a gun and do all that rah-rah, but you ain't do shit and you left that gym. See, that's what we're talking about right there. And then you want to get your frustration on that lady who was in that song. Child, it's just mm. Hold on, y'all. I'm in my office. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Well, just trying to figure it out. That's that too. I don't know. Maybe it's trauma bonded. I don't really know. And you're right. But I think Roe is done. But if not, I'm gonna look at Roe with the side eye, because again, friends don't do you like that. With friends like that, who needs enemies? They better do something. Well, look, y'all. Let me go ahead and head on out. But just wanted to hit y'all up, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of things mentioned and said, but it is what it is. Y'all have a good one. I might go to the gym today. I got my gym bag, so we're gonna do what we're gonna do. But y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and love. Bye.